Hi, my name's Madigan Grigsby. This is my lesson plan for first grade. The topic is describing ways to prevent communicable diseases. This lesson is designed to teach first grade students about the importance of preventing communicable diseases. It focuses on basic hygiene practices such as hand washing, covering mouths, nose, when sneezing or coughing, and using tissues. So starting the lesson, I will begin the lesson by asking the students if they know what germs are and where they come from. This will serve as a brief introduction to the topic and engage their prior knowledge. So the big idea is understanding and practicing preventative measures against communicable diseases. The essential question I have is, how can we keep ourselves and others healthy by preventing the spread of germs? The state of Idaho standard is K-2 H113, describe ways to prevent communicable diseases. Objectives are describe at least 2 ways to prevent communicable disease and demonstrate proper hand washing technique. The students will be able to explain why covering their mouth when sneezing or coughing is important and demonstrating the proper way to wash their hands. The materials we'll need are whiteboard and markers, pictures or prop representing good hygiene practices, soap, tissues, and hand sanitizers, visual aids or pictures of common communicable diseases, storybooks or video on hygiene practices. I will ask the students if they know what germs are and where they come from, show pictures of common communicable diseases, and discuss how they spread. For the class activity, we'll have a discussion on preventative measures. We'll discuss and list previous measures or preventative measures on the whiteboard, emphasizing the importance of washing hands, covering mouths and noses, using tissues, and avoiding close contact with sick people. We'll do a role-playing activity, which will take about 10 minutes, which includes dividing students into pairs, providing scenarios where one student is sick, pretend sick, and the other students need to demonstrate proper preventative measures, rotating roles and scenarios with that. The last activity would be a story time, reading a short story or showing a video related to preventing communicable diseases. So why we will do these, all these activities show how impactful germs are to a person and how easily they can be spread to one another, in addition to showing how not to get sick and like real life examples of it. For closures and reminders, recap the key points discussed in the lessons, remind students to practice good hygiene at home and at school. For the assessment, students will draw a picture showing one of the preventative measures discussed in the lesson and write a sentence explaining why this measure is important. For checking for understanding, during the lesson, I will use a role-play activity where students will pair up and demonstrate proper preventative measures. This will allow me to observe their understanding and application of the concept discussed. Some potential problems that I do see with this lesson plan, one might be is some students struggling with the proper hand washing technique. I know that when I was little, I did struggle with that too sometimes. So putting paint on the hands and being able to see what parts of the hands have gotten washed is another way that you could modify this project for less failure, I suppose. For ensuring student recalls, to help students remember what was taught, I will conclude the lesson by summarizing the key points and emphasizing the importance of practicing good hygiene at home and school. Additionally, I will provide a handout with the preventative measures for students to take home as a reference. And then reflection is, after the lesson is taught, reflect on engagement level of students, whether the objectives were met, and any adjustments that could be made for future lessons on the topic. So overall, the lesson aims to actively engage students in learning about preventative measures against communicable disease and equipping them with practical skills for maintaining good hygiene that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. Thank you.